Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the channel. As always, thanks for stopping by and hanging out for a few. My name is Rich Charpentier, and if you can't tell, this channel does a lot of stuff about drones. Soon we're going to be talking a little travel. I'm going to be hooking up my Airstream and heading south of Prescott, Arizona for a while. Couple of reasons. Number one, I've got some job contracts for the start of the new year, 2020, so I'm going to be heading down for that. Also, it's freezing here, seriously. So being over a mile high, even though we're in the state of Arizona, you can get some cold weather. And so for the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, we saw some snow here, some rain, some freezing rain, you name it. It felt like being back in New Hampshire. So there you go. Before I get too far down the road today, so this is a 2019 wrap up with a couple other things as well. I just want to complain for a sec. Why is it every time you do a software update to either the camera or to the remote control on the iPhone, you have to reset everything and it doesn't connect up right? So I spent 15 minutes here this morning just updating things so that what worked a couple of days ago works again. So hey, thanks for those awesome updates on the App Store for the iPhone. Really appreciate it, Sony. It worked great. I wasted a ton of time. All right. So with that out of the way, normally I don't do much in the way of drone news. We talk more about actual flight, autonomous flight, and building a small drone business, hopefully into a larger drone business over time. But today I wanted to touch on just one quick subject regarding the latest in drone news. If you haven't seen or heard, recently the FAA announced a new drone remote ID proposal. So I am not against remote ID for our drones. If we can improve safety with the use of the drones, fantastic. I'm on board. But the new proposal from the FAA looks to be very harmful to smaller commercial and hobbyists together. Some of the aspects of the remote ID proposal are talking about feeding real-time data out to anyone who wants to see it, which I don't think would be really great for drone pilots. And it's not just a privacy issue, it's a safety issue. I'm not going to go in depth with this, but I am going to suggest that you head on over to 51 Drones after. Check out Russ's video. I'm going to make sure that there's a link down in the show notes and a link in one of those little upper cards up in the corner. So I would really like you to take a few minutes, head over to Russ's site. Also, head over to Drone U. They put something out this morning as well. I'll put links in there as well, because this proposal is very concerning. I think that you should spend a little time educating yourself about it. I received it in email several days ago myself and started reading through it. But Russ over at 51 Drones and the folks over at Drone U, they've gone through this in depth and in detail, and I think you should take a look at it, because if you are trying to build a small drone business or larger size drone business, this is going to impact all of us. And I think it needs to be done the right way. So right now, as it stands, going through it myself and then listening to the takes of these folks on it, not really excited about it. Like I said, I'm in favor of remote ID. That way folks will know if we're, doing the right things and going through the right process for our drone flights, both for hobby and commercial purposes. But I think feeding the data out to the rest of the world where people could actually see where we are at the time, I think that's fine maybe for a federal agency to be looking at that, making sure we're doing the right things, but feeding that out potentially to the general public and also requiring us to have to sign up and pay monthly fees to feed our data in somewhere, it's sounding a little painful. So go check out their videos and make sure if you decide to go comment on the FAA proposal to keep it nice. We need to put ourselves forward as the professionals we are. And so I've seen a lot of comments on these things, and those comments shouldn't be submitted anywhere. We can keep it nice while still, protecting our rights and our ability to fly and do work for our clients. I'd hate to see this become just larger corporations and we're all phased out. So I do think that it's important to check out both those videos and give the proposal a read yourself. All right. With that said, there goes my drone news, and now I just wanted to talk about wrapping up 2019. I've actually started packing some things up, getting cameras ready, because next week I'm going to be taking off. And I will be doing some more autonomous drone flight work and also some FPV flights as well for several clients over the next few weeks. And hopefully I'm going to be a little warmer down in down in the Casa Grande area, because right now I'm freezing and there's long underwear happening and everything. It's been so cold that I have not been flying too much lately. I guess my last flight for 2019 is going to be one of my commercial projects, and you're seeing some of the video from that on here. But with temperatures well below freezing every morning, not great for the batteries. Today is the first day we're not having rain or snow going on, so the drone's been grounded, and hopefully over the next couple weeks we'll see some better weather, or at least with my move down south for a little bit, I'll have some better, warmer weather as well. Although looking at the forecast, not so sure. So what can you expect in 2020 from this channel? Well, number one, I'm going to continue doing the autonomous drone flight information. I'm going to continue talking about doing modeling with drones. I'm going to talk about the different autonomous applications that are out there. I might even have the opportunity to finally try out an Android flight app. Please, down in the comments, let me know if you're interested in seeing some information about an Android flight app that you can do mission planning and you can do modeling with. I've been in talks with an Android app maker who reached out to me and is interested in my take on their particular application. I'm not going to throw any names out there right now because we're still having a conversation about it, but I would love to be able to bring that to you in 2020 to give you some more options. I've had questions from folks over the past year about, hey, Rich, why don't you focus on the Android apps? And, quite frankly, I don't own an up-to-date Android. I've got an older one that I use for checking websites on mobile devices. And that particular Android will not run the application in question. So it's just too out of date. And so mostly, I'm an iOS guy. And I'm not avoiding Android for any reason other than when I get one of these devices, it usually comes out of my pocket. If I'm not going to be using the device regularly and it's not part of my normal ecosystem, why spend hundreds of dollars on something that you're only going to use for one thing? So I understand for a lot of drone pilots that are Android users that it's pretty painful. There's just not as many application makers out there for you guys, and I feel bad for you. I wish that more of the app manufacturers would port to Android as well as iOS, making it easier on us to utilize the hardware we already have. But sometimes that's just not going to work out. Development dollars, it takes a lot of money to develop these apps, and when you have to start supporting multiple flavors on multiple platforms, that can get expensive really fast for the manufacturers. So I do understand why. We are a smaller market, drone pilots. We're not a big universal market. We're this niche market. And when people are usually developing for niche markets, they need to raise their prices because they're paying for the development time. You get the idea. So hopefully in 2020, we'll be talking about some Android flight, and we'll be showing you that Android usage here on this channel. So cross your fingers, and like I said, let me know down in comments if that'd be interesting to you. So one other thing that's become real obvious to me over this fall while I've been working on this channel and doing the Udemy courses and everything is the fact that I haven't been doing too much flying for fun lately. It's all been about the business, and I'm going to try to incorporate some more flying for fun into 2020. And we'll see if we can't visit some more unique places in Arizona that you haven't visited before. So we'll see if we can get that happening in the new year. Don't forget, when you're signing your checks, it's no longer 2019, it's 2020, because that's going to be the first mistake that I'll be making right at the start of January. I do it every year, and I end up voiding checks. So keep that one in mind. Sorry, thought it'd be fun for a silly note. With all that said, I want to thank everyone. We're coming up on almost 3,000 subscribers on this channel, more than I anticipated in the amount of time I've had it up. So I'm glad to have you all following along, and I really do hope that I'm providing useful information for you. I try to keep it a little different than other drone channels because these other guys, they cover topics that they're very interested in. I'm very interested in autonomous drone flight, very interested in construction sites, progression reporting, modeling. It's all enjoyable to me. So not only can I build this into a job, but it's a job that I'm actually having fun with, utilizing some of my other skills from my previous careers as well. So if you're getting into that too, I'm sure you've got a skill set that will direct you in one direction or another direction for how you want to use drones. And I hope that some of the videos here help you along your way as well. All right, everyone, have a safe and fun ending to 2019. And the next time you'll see a video from here will be in 2020, the new year. See you then. Oh, and by the way, just as a follow-up, pop over to 51 Drones, pop over to Drone U, find out about this drone remote ID, and make sure to make your comments to the FAA as well so that we can all continue flying and growing our businesses.